Hello everybody, D-Lab is back and I have another update on the AA1164 build. The wiring is complete. I'm going to give you a guided tour and then you're going to be able to hear it play. Here we go. Alright, let's begin our review of the close to completed AA1164 amplifier. We have all the tubes installed. Cap cage is now in place. I found some standoffs. We got lock washers and the nuts, so it's nice and secure. And as you recall, I flip-flopped the positioning of the reverb transformer and the cap cage to get that closer to the power distribution area. I'm still awaiting the rear plate to identify these jacks. I ended up soldering the chassis retaining nuts direct to the chassis because they are very difficult to reach when you install this into the cabinet. Alright, let's flip it over. Alright, let's start our bottom side review from the front looking back. Then I'll flip it around and you can see this at a different angle so you can catch everything that I did. I do not have the front panel done yet. That will be a typical brown face front panel with the tan lettering. These knobs are here just temporarily for operation. They're going to be replaced with the brown Princeton type cupcake knobs. Okay? Alright, let's go inside. So there's our eyelet board. You can see she just fit in there, and I did have to shave off about 3/8 of an inch to accommodate this terminal board, which is actually the negative bias circuit. There was not enough room in front of the power transformer to mount it like they did in the typical Fender because the lamp is a horizontal mount. I couldn't put in the standard one because the vertical mount would have hit the transformer. But this one is still a 1960s lamp holder with a glass jewel. Okay, eyelet board. You can see it looks nice and neat, very uncluttered. I was able to use some of these Sozo caps. First time I've actually used those in an amp build, and they sound glorious. You'll hear this at the end of the video. So we got our typical Fender twisted pair right angle filament wiring. Michelect sockets are all wired in with nice short lead lengths of Teflon wire. There's our rear RCA jacks for the reverb tank and tremolo. One speaker output jack. Here are our 6V6 tubes with the current shunts kind of hidden down there. And if you look right down there in back of the power transformer, that is the 10K negative bias pot. Okay, so that's how you set your bias. It is accessible, but yeah, she's tight. Over here is the other terminal board, which allows for landing of the AC and terminating of these jumpers for the correct primary voltage. Alright, let's take a look at it now from the rear to the front so you can see the other details that I couldn't show you. That lamp that I was discussing, the horizontal mount, there he is with the GE47. Here are our string of CTS pots. Our ground plane, which is 10 thousandths brass. Input jacks and volume control both utilize the RG174 coax, which goes under the eyelet board to the preamp tube. Okay, we'll zing over here. I'll give you another shot of that bias pot. What I ended up having to do was epoxied this pot down to the chassis, and then to get a good ground, I actually put a ground runner off the case of the pot over to the ground post on this terminal board. And one of the resistors there, which is a 22K, to give me the proper bias range, is mounted direct on the pot. Negative bias then goes up into the tremolo intensity, just like you would see on the AA1164 print. Okay, this is an option, but I think it's a very good option. Alright, so as you know, I had to install the custom cap cage on top of the chassis because I did not have enough room to install the standard can type filter cap. Alright, So the leads from that assembly above come through this grommet. They pass through my little custom shielded cable. The shield of this cable goes to a ground runner, which is attached to our little ground plate. And of course I have heat shrink tubing so that it doesn't contact where it shouldn't. Leads come up, they hit the terminal board, and of course go to the voltage dividing network, feeds power to the eyelet board. Yes, it was a lot of additional work, but it really cleans up the amp, and for a tight build like this, you don't want it sloppy.
That's nice.
Yeah. Alright guys, this is what you've been waiting for. Except I can't talk. Hold on now. So this is that TNT custom build Princeton AA1164 amp. Tony's over here to shake it down.
She got the chime.
All right, man. She barks, man.
It's got just the right amount of touch, sensitivity. Because listen, nice and clean. You can do it all with your hands. Love it. Wow.
Yeah, now we just got to get some front panel artwork on it. The TNT is born.
The TNT is born.
All right, man. You just...
I'll do my best.
All right.
Try.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. So the amp build is coming along great. I should have it wrapped up here in about a week. But as you recall, in our last update, we had a family situation. Marcia's mom was in hospice, and Marcia and her sister were up there full-time with her to the end. And yes, she did pass away on the 8th of April around 3:10 in the morning. So Marcia and her mom both got to watch the last video, and they both got to read and hear all the nice comments that you guys made. And Marcia's here to kind of wrap it up and let you know how she feels about it.
I want to thank everyone for the beautiful comments that you all wrote in. It was very touching. It made me very emotional. Yes, my mother did pass away, and it was a very positive experience being with her to the very end, holding her hand to the very end. Long, but if I had to do it again, I would. I'm grateful for all the memories, and I'm grateful for, again, all of your comments. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for being part of the D-Lab family. And here's to Pat.